that's close to my heart, and so it was pretty easily written after I heard the words that he had written already. I just have 8 bars in the song, and I, lent my time, such as did Sir Paul McCartney and Natasha Bedingfield. She did a lot of writing. I just think it's a great cause, I've seen effects of pollution in my country, and so just to be able to give our voice towards a better way or a more bright solution for the world to be able to be more efficient, it's cool. So that's why I'm here. I just think it's a very important issue. I've seen a few things just a minute ago that's kind of cool. How to clean water and that kind of stuff. And I think that the cleaner we are, is the more efficient we can be. And starting it wherever you can is just a great thing to do. So yeah, that's why I'm here, man.
Well, I mean, so like science moves some people, and economics moves some people, and religion and the moral issue moves some people, but some people are moved by art and by music, and we need all possibilities to move everybody in the world towards that low carbon future, that safer future that we need for billions of people. So we've got Jean-Paul here. He's the star. It's great to have him. We've also got Jerry Cope here, who's a music producer and filmmaker. Jerry, just briefly, how did you get involved in this project?
Well, the project actually started when Toby Gadd and I met at, it was actually a UN function in Los Angeles at Lynn and Norman Lear's house. And we were talking, this is going back almost 2 years now, we were talking about how important COP21 was going to be for the world and the planet, and we both agreed that there needed to be some kind of anthem to try to lift spirits and raise voices going into COP21 and to carry through not only now at the end of the COP, but going forward, because the work is not going to be completed after this week, but it's going to be a strong step forward. So shortly after that, it was only maybe 6 or 8 weeks, Toby, Natasha Bedingfield, and John Shanks got together, and we had a demo done, and then it was a matter of talking to friends and other artists like Sean Paul, who made such a huge contribution, and over the course of 12, 16 months, we wound up with Paul McCartney and John Bon Jovi and Sheryl Crow and Nicole Scherzinger and Victoria Justice, and it's 16 altogether, so it's quite phenomenal. And then we released it in September, and it's been very well received all around the world, which makes us happy. And we did a small lyric video just to support the song, and so people would be able to see the words and sing along with it, which worked very well. And Louis Schwartzberg, my dear friend, who's a brilliant cinematographer, contributed to both the videos, that one and the one we're premiering tonight, and then Eric Pica and Friends of the Earth and the United Nations Foundations have been partners all along. So we're here in COP, and Sean Paul's going to perform live. We're going to do the world premiere at the Momentum event here of the performance video, which features Paul McCartney, Sean Paul, some of the other artists, and some breathtaking cinematography from Louis Schwartzberg showing the beauty and majesty of nature and what we are blessed with on this planet, and that it's our responsibility to take care of it, not only for ourselves, but for every other living organism. It's something that morally, economically, socially, on every level, this is something that we have to do. And I'm thankful for the COP process in the United Nations, because this is the institution we have that brings the world together and can actually affect the change that we need. I don't think it's going to happen in one day or in one COP, but I think the whole world's coming together, and this was needed, and it was needed now.
Good. All right, Louis, give us a little bit from you about how you got involved. Yeah.
Well, it's great to be here. Actually, I think I invited Jerry to that meeting at Lynn's house for the UN. And
somebody say who Lynn Lear is. We've heard Lynn Lear mentioned now several times.
Lynn Lear is married to Norman Lear. She's a giant climate change advocate. And Lynn Lear and I did the UN film, that showed last November inside the General Assembly, right before President Obama spoke and Leo DiCaprio spoke. We got Morgan Freeman to do the voiceover because we needed a voice of God to get to these leaders. And Hans Zimmer did the music and my imagery. So as a filmmaker, I shoot beautiful shots of nature because I think that it's a way to open people's hearts. I believe that if we love something, we'll protect it. We're kind of hardwired to do that. And actually 2 nights ago, we projected beautiful imagery on Basilica in Rome, which was an amazing event to see nature on the Vatican. That hadn't been done, I think, since 300 years when Michelangelo laid on his back to paint the Sistine Chapel. So art is a powerful force. It creates wonder and awe. It opens up people's hearts. I guess it'll make people change their behavior, and that's what we need is a shift in consciousness. We have all the technology, we have the tools. Why aren't we doing it?
Okay, Eric Picker, Friends of the Earth, US President. I think this song is also in support of your work and the work of the UN Foundation. Give us your perspective.
Yeah, this is, Jerry approached us about a year ago, it seems like, and he wanted a partner. And not only wanted a partner, but he wanted somebody who could contribute both activism and advocacy to the song, because he wanted to make sure, and the artist wanted to make sure that whoever signed up for the petition, whoever was buying the song, that that was going into a really good organization. And the other thing is that we also, Friends of the Earth has a strong relationship with Paul McCartney. And so we helped bring Paul into the love song, which helped solidify kind of everybody's participation into the song. And our main participation was really, we talk about science, we talk about advocacy, but at some point we have to talk about the heart. And when I listened to the song for the first time, and when I heard Sean Paul's riff, too much greediness, too much neediness, 6 billion people all want plentiness, that really spoke. Because Friends of the Earth United States is part of Friends of the Earth International Network with groups in 74 countries around the world. And what this COP is really about in these discussions are about how we're going to treat the rest of the world in a very just and equitable manner. And so the song, the lyrics, the emotional pull, more than anything else that was a part of the song was why Friends of the Earth United States got involved with the process and the project.
Right. And we know that Paris is not the end, as you just said, Jerry. This needs to go on. I mean, we've had 2 centuries of industrial development based on fossil fuels, and we need to transition to a different world. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take decades, but we need to get moving, and this is what this meeting is about here in Paris. Great. So we're going to take some questions from the media.
Could I just add,
yes,
if you would be so kind, there is a website, lovesongtotheearth.org, which has information on how people can actually take an active, proactive role in helping take care of the issues we're discussing here on every level. And whenever the song is streamed, downloaded, or the videos are watched or downloaded, every cent of that goes to Friends of the Earth and the United Nations Foundation. The music distributors all forgave taking any distribution fees, so when you make a purchase or you take 5 minutes and watch this, it does actually make a difference.
Okay, so get downloading. You can ask questions and then you can download. We can do it the other way around. Okay, so who's going to go first? Don't be shy. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So, okay, if you don't ask a question, I'm going to ask Jean Paul a question. You're from Jamaica?
Yes, sir.
Island in the Caribbean?
Yes.
They're very vulnerable to those hurricanes and those other impacts?
Yeah, and pollution affects us year to year. We have more and more people. It's a small island, and so, it's a lot of burning of rubbish. I saw some things today that encouraged me. A project that's happening in a certain country, and that's some positive that gives me a lift in terms of thinking. I have asthma, and Jamaica, we produce a lot of great athletes, and we have to run in smog, so it's not a problem that was very prevalent back in the day, but it's getting more and more, so yeah. It's a concern of my own.
Yeah, nobody wants to breathe air they can see.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I think the journalists probably got a bit of courage up now to ask some questions. Who's going to go first? You got somebody at the back there? Yeah? Okay. I've never seen such a shy bunch of journalists in my life. Maybe they're not journalists. Ah, bit of a laugh over there, eh? They all want to be pop stars, eh?
Yeah, this is Vincent speaking from French media.
Okay.
So, what do you think? How do you think that music can really make a difference in climate change?
Well, as Jerry said, you know, every time you watch the video, money is being put towards, or anytime you listen to the song, money is being put towards a great cause. You know, yeah, lifting spirits is something that art does. You know, creation. We have the gift of being able to create things. Human beings, I'm talking about. So it gives you a lift of spirit, and you know, we created this song just to help lift spirits and for a great cause. You know, I'm a celebrity in certain parts, and most of the people in the song are huge celebrities. So it gives a great, a more pull to the song, which we hope raises the revenues and helps out by giving the money to, as you said, what was the two UN and
Friends of the Earth.
Friends of the Earth, right? So I think that's a good way of using the celebrity and using our abilities to redirect some of the energy. You know, I was driven here in a electric car, and I was inquiring a lot about the car, how it plugged, you know, how much it takes to take care of it, and how much it costed, and it was just crazy to me that you know, people go and shop in stores and in one day, and they could actually buy that car, which would help reduce a lot of carbon emissions. You know what I mean? So just getting the awareness out there. Me being here, seeing that car, being driven in the car, asking the questions, going back home to Jamaica to try to inquire how I can get cars like that there. I've seen a similar car in England where you plug in, and you know. So I you know, just being here to me is great for fresh ideas. So I think I can bring back to my country, and I'm sure everybody else here are getting better ideas, and that's what the Cup's for. So